Gera is actually a teacher here at New Yiddish Rep, and you see, I know Gera because he's a teacher, and when he teaches, he doesn't just teach with language, he doesn't teach with knowledge, he's also like, when someone teaches, there's teaching, there's knowledge, there's passion, and there's empathy for the students and understanding, but there's also like a feeling of like, let's get better at this because of the teacher. So teaching is not just knowledge, there's a lot more that goes on. So thank you for that. And I don't really know you well, but when I hear you sing, it's like, now I feel like I know you. So I have some questions for you. I'll ask you today. So, okay. All right, before I begin with my jokes, I just want to say the Jewish crowds are the worst. All right? Whenever you do a joke for a Jewish crowd, all they say is to themselves is, ooh, I could have done this in 3 different ways.
True.
True, right? Yeah, besides, all Jews are such experts in comedy, experts, right? You all know so much about comedy. Then they come over to me after the show and they say, you know who's really funny? And they mention some comedian no one ever heard of in the 1970s. Eric Dunn. You ever heard of him? No. The hell, you know? And then, no. And it's not a nice thing to do, okay? It's kind of rude, okay? Because if you went to a restaurant and you had a really good meal, would you go over to the head chef afterwards and say, hey, you know who's a really good cook? No. 2 blocks away, the guy's a restaurant. You should try his food. Go. Okay? If you had a really nice date with a girl, okay? Afterwards, would you tell her, you know who's really attractive? Now, the explanation of the joke is that I'm implying, if you don't get it, never mind. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So I don't want to perform for Jewish crowds. Okay. Jews have other issues as well. Jewish people, they don't talk so straight. Okay, Jewish people don't just play the stock market when it comes to money. Jewish people also they only play the stock market. They also play the stock market when it comes to emotions. Okay, Jewish people always put emotional puts and calls before and after every statement. Right? A Jewish guy will tell you, let me tell you something, okay? And then he puts an emotional put. I'm not saying in order to criticize you. I'm just telling you. And they make a statement and they put an emotional call. I'm not saying it's the worst thing you ever did. I'm not saying the best thing you ever did. I'm just telling you. Okay? That's it, all right? So, anyone here know what shorting means?
Shorty?
Yeah. No, you don't.
Yes.
Okay. You don't. Okay. Anytime you ask someone, what does it mean to short? The first thing they do is, okay? Now, if it's such a difficult thing, why do you like sighing every time someone asks you to short? And then you bring the stock. Anyway, then they try to explain to you like this. Then anyone that you ever ask about shorting, they always come up with 2 numbers. If a stock is $100 and you think it's going to go down to 80. And my question is that the only 2 numbers you can come up with? Okay? Why can't you say if a stock is $14,565.32, and I think the stock is going to go down to $11,722.85.5? Okay, stock is 100, then it goes down to 80. Then they try to explain to you what a short is. I'm buying it later in order to buy it before, in order to tell you that I want it now for later, so later if it goes down, then it goes up and I'll make more money. If it goes up, it goes down, but the truth of the matter is, forget it. So you don't know what a short is, nobody knows what a short is, no one's ever going to find out what a short is. That's it. Okay. It says in comedy school, I'm not supposed to smile, but I really appreciate the clapping. Okay, another issue in our time that's very, very appropriate to talk about. It's really weighing heavily on me. Anti-Semitism. Okay, I gotta tell you, Jews are really excited about anti-Semitism. Yes, they are. Okay, Jews are excited about anti-Semitism because they're not really talking about it with worry. They're like, anti-Semitism? It's like, hey, anti-Semitism went up. Okay, right? Anti-Semitism did go up. But we're going to get to that. We'll circle back to that. Anti-Semitism did go up. Okay, it went up by 14,000%. Okay, and the truth of the matter is, honestly, all jokes aside, stereotypes about Jews, stereotypes about anyone is wrong. Stereotypes about Jews is wrong, okay? But anti-Semitism went up by 14,000%. And Jews are mad, okay? They're saying, if I only knew that anti-Semitism would go up by so much, I would have invested in it before. Also, I was going to add on that the Anti-Defamation League is really excited, but yep, I missed out that part. Okay, fine. Very good. The next subject we're going to talk about is very interesting. Oh, I have a really dumb joke I'm going to share with you, okay? Everyone always laughs extra hard, so it's up to you. An Italian man walks into a kosher deli, and he asks for a Reuben sandwich. So So they bring him the bread, the corned beef, and 6 hours later they bring him the cheese. All right. No. It's a good joke. It's a good joke. But the problem is that it's very few people, Jewish people, get that joke because the problem is like this: the Jews in America, Jews on Long Island, don't really know the laws of kosher, right? And the Jews in Brooklyn never heard of a Reuben sandwich. There's so many people who get that joke. So anyway. So anyway, in the past 100 years, there's been many famous presidential speeches. You know, every president's known for the one line that they say, and that's like sort of played. It's an interesting thing. You hear like History Channel, whatever. You hear that presidential speech come on. Okay, so I was thinking these presidents are known for their famous, well-known speeches. What if you took one president, okay, one speech, and gave it to another president? What would happen? Okay, for example, FDR, 1941, he gave a speech. He said, "Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy, the United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by the Empire of Japan," right? Okay, what if Barack Obama had to give that speech? Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy for the people in America. Let me be clear. Japanese pilots were killed as well. I'd like to send my condolences to Grand Admiral Yamamoto and to his wife, whose name I cannot pronounce. No, I cannot. Michelle said she is not Pakistani. Anyway, other things, you know, like JFK, he's known for a very famous speech. JFK, he said, "So my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." So, what if George Bush gave that speech? He would say,
You were listening, right?
George Bush would say, "So my fellows in America, ask not what your country can do for you. A country does what a country does." Finally, Bill Clinton, 1990s, this famous speech. Everyone copies him. It's so annoying when people copy him. But Bill Clinton said, in front of the whole press, in front of the whole world, he says, "I did not have sexual relations with Lewinsky. Make it clear to America," right? So he said it, right? What if Donald Trump had to give that speech? Excuse me. First of all, I had sex with her, and that was unbelievable. I was huge. Guys that work for me have sex all the time. Excuse me. The problem with China is that we do everything for China. China doesn't want to have sex with America. And if I become president again, we're going to have sex with Mexico. And Mexico is going to pay. And finally, Nixon, the whole scandal of Nixon, what did he say? He says, "I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got." Okay? What if Joe Biden had to say that? He would say, "Come on, man. We can do this." No. Anyway, okay, I could talk about my Uncle Louie a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't have so much comedy prepared for it, but he talks like this. Okay. Shmuley, you're trying to be a comedian? Okay, yeah, exactly. That's it, yeah. Okay, yeah. You try to make a joke, you have to realize the essence of the joke. And he sits there, Then, as if Yiddish and Hebrew are not bad enough, right, for Jewish people, he would make up words on top of it, okay? And then you would ask him random questions, because he would always come up philosophically about things that don't make any sense. Okay, Label, how do I build this? It's a huffy. You have to start from the beginning and end at the end. You know what I mean? It's not why you build it, it's how you build it. It's not where, it's when. So, Label, it's not where, why, it's who. You know what I mean? Alright, okay, yeah. Anyway, so I was going to talk about my grandfather, the mikvah, but I refused to talk about that today. My pleasure. It's a gift. some of the people. Malki, I just want to say about your shoes. Okay, you know when they say you can make anything look good? You're talking about your sneakers. Not only do I hate them, they just don't make any sense. It's like, here I am, and then sneakers. Okay, very nice. Okay, ooh, 1 second. Gara, I want to tell you a story. One time I liked a girl. Okay, that was a joke. No, really, one time I liked this girl, and she's very attractive, but she didn't know that she was attractive, so I wanted to tell her that she's attractive. So let's make sure she knows. Okay, because that's what my mother taught me. Anyway, so I called her, and I emailed her, and I texted her, and I messaged her, and I Facebooked her, and sent her voice notes, and everything, and emailed her, and I really wanted her to see the beauty that she had. Okay, so when the restraining order came, it was a special type of restraining order. No phone call, no text message, no email, no contact. No contact unless she needs help moving. What are you gonna do? Sorry. All right, good? Okay, so let me start with a very long story. Anyway, the next few songs that Gara and my dear friend Ronit is going to sing. They're going to be very inspiring songs. I really like the way they sing, and I have nothing else to say right now except that sometimes people add words, like mostly rabbis and synagogues add a lot of words and make nothing. And they're going to come up and sing, and I'm going to sit down, like, duh, we know that. It's a very obvious thing. Today is Sunday afternoon, and people are here to listen to them sing. Okay, fine, very good. I'm going to start. Hey, thank you very much, everyone, for being here.
Thank you.